In November 2021, Graham put up a display of both Adele's and Ed Sheeran's solo albums in his vinyl record shop. Each artist's work was displayed in order of release. Why do collectors find this incredibly satisfying? So I read that again. In November 2021, Graham, put up a display of both Adele's and Ed Sheeran's solo albums in his vinyl record shop. Each artist's work was displayed in order of release. Why do collectors find this incredibly satisfying?
That's classic Graham.
I know, right? He's always doing stuff like this.
I think I might have
a very good guess straight away. Yeah.
I've got a guess of the start
Same.
of this, but I don't know what the satisfying part is.
Well, Adele's albums are all numbered because they're
Yes.
like 1921, and Ed Sheeran's are all are all mathematical symbols. So
Yes.
it's got to be a math thing, right?
Yeah.
Where the albums line up to form a calculation or something, and that's probably wrong. Is it right?
I was figuring they were
Right.
lining up to a calculation, but that doesn't count as satisfying unless the equation actually adds up.
Equals.
Well,
Katie's just looking at us
to clarify, up to this point, they'd both done 4 albums.
So Adele's albums were definitely, she had a 19 and a 21. Has she had like a 24 and a 28 since or something?
Those were her ages when they came out, right?
Yeah. And Ed Sheeran has definitely had plus, divide. I think he's had a cross, a multiplier. It's got to be. It's a math. It's Katie's question. It's a math thing. It's got to be. It's got to be.
Okay, does anyone know Ed Sheeran's albums in order?
No.
Plus is first. That's because they're all color coordinated as well. So orange is plus, divide is blue, multiply is green. No one's stopping me, so I'm assuming these are right, but they're probably not.
You're saying it with so much confidence, Hannah. We're just like, yeah.
I can confirm those colours are correct. I'm not going to say whether the order is correct.
Oh, okay.
Does anyone know Adele's numbers for her albums?
Can you remember how old Adele was in each year that she released an album?
I'm fairly sure 18 was one and 21 was another,
Yeah.
but that's it.
But that doesn't explain why it's particularly satisfying, because if we've got... Wait, is Ed Sheeran's 4th album Equals?
It is.
Oh.
So it's something plus something minus something plus something equals, and then...
The correct answer.
That's not a complete equation. If we've got 4 numbers,
but
3 operators and an equals, we're missing the thing at the end.
Katie did say it was November 21. Did it equal 2021?
It did not equal 2000.
Oh, that was such a good guess, Jen.
Yes.
That was so good.
Damn it.
I mean, would you like me to confirm what the albums were?
Sorry, Katie, is the date relevant? Because you've said November 21, which would be 11/21. Is the date relevant?
It was. I think the date is relevant in the sense that by that point they each had 4 albums.
All right.
Okay.
Was it the number of Graham's shop, whoever Graham is? Or his age, or something pertaining to Graham?
I'm going to say it was not unrelated to Graham's shop, but it wasn't a specific thing about Graham's shop. It wasn't kind of a local fact.
Are there any shops which have numbers in their name? So it was the name of the shop somehow, and the name of the shop was a number.
Oh, sorry. I'm just thinking this is probably completely wrong, but I'm going to go for it anyway.
That's what this show's about.
That's what it's all about, baby. Is it? I'm thinking of the shops HMV as Roman numerals, and maybe it's like an enormous. No,
That's good.
Oh, that's really good.
But H isn't.
but H is like a million zillion. Yeah, I don't know.
It's not one of the standard Roman numerals. It might be a medieval Roman numeral because they've got all sorts in there, but the standard Roman numerals don't include H as far as I know.
That would have been so good.
I'm writing Roman numerals down to see if I can make a word about music in there. And I've got some of the letters, but not all of the letters. I can make the word mild and civil and not much else off the top of my head.
So Adele's albums are all kind of realistic ages for a human.
Yes.
So they're all in that kind of area. And of the Ed Sheeran albums, you've got a plus and a times and a divide. So the number isn't going to get that big.
That's fair, because those two they're not going to cancel each other out, but it's going to come close to it. You are multiplying by a number and then dividing by a very similar number, which have to have some sort of factor in common, because it's not going to come out with some ridiculous fraction. So if it's something like...
Was it pi?
That would have been incredible. It was not fine.
Let's assume that her first albums are something like 19 and 21. That's going to make 40, which is a number you can get a lot of things out of.
Something.
Then you're going to multiply that by a number and then divide it by a larger number, if that's the order those albums are in.
Yeah.
So you're going to end up with something like 25, 30, 32, I can't see any way to get any number out that isn't like in the mid-30s.
What's 19 plus 21, Tom? 40. Multiply
40.
Multiply it by what's 4 times 25? Let's do 40 times 25.
Well, it doesn't matter because it's just got to be some factor in that. The maths nerds are on this, all right? We've got this.
Yeah. People are yelling at their phones right now.
And then you divide it and it turns out to be a prime number, or it comes out to some amazing mathematical number. Is it a prime number?
But the question was, why was this satisfying? There's got to be a number. It's got to be a little bit less than 40, I think.
You're in the right area.
Is it something to do with either of the artists, Kate?
Not specifically. I will say it was a number that was satisfying for Graham. And Graham is not a mathematician, but Graham is the owner of a record shop.
Oh, different vinyl. How are the different vinyl lengths? If they're all kind of like vinyls, what's the different inches? No, not a 40-inch, not a 40-inch vinyl.
Oh, but I'd love to see a 40-inch vinyl. How fast would the outside of that be going?
Yeah.
Yeah, did it come out? Hang on. Did it equate to 33 or 45, which is the revolutions per minute of a vinyl record?
Is it Graham's birthday? Has he just turned 35 and he's worked out that he can put all this up in the record shop he owns? Like that's instead of happy birthday on bunting, it's got that.
Mm-hmm. It's not Graham's birthday. I'm going to go back to what Geoff just said. So the RPM of a vinyl record.
Well, an LP, a 12-inch LP traditionally plays at 33 RPM, a 7-inch single plays at 45. So I'm going for 33. So is it something to do with 33?
It's not exactly 33.
Is it 33 and a third?
It is.
Wow.
Yeah.
That is that's the revolutions per minute of a vinyl record. Of a long play vinyl. It's not it's marked as 33, but it's 33 and a third.
Is it really 33 and a third? What? How am I so old and I don't know that?
So this is an absolutely incredible fact that I guess no one could have predicted, because Adele was literally just naming the albums after her age at the time, and Ed Sheeran was doing something, I don't know what, but as a mathematician, I'm very happy. And yeah, this is the thing. So the albums were 19, 21, 25, and 30. So your attempt at doing 40 times 25 was definitely in the right direction. If you'd pushed through with that, you might have got. But I think Tom was in the right area with something between 30 and 40.
Yeah, I'm sorry I cut you off there, Geoff. That would have been spot on, because that would have been 1,000 divided by 30, which would have been the absolute correct number. I just assumed it was going to be a whole number.
Yeah. And the solo albums were plus times divide and equals for Ed Sheeran. And if you do 19 plus 21 times 25 divide by 30, you have to ignore kind of conventions about order of operations. You just literally go from left to right. You end up with 33 and a third, which is the number of revolutions per minute for a vinyl record.
Wow.
Oh, brilliant. Thanks, Katie. Well done.
Amazing.
I'm going to say top work on Graham for spotting this and being like, right, those are going up in the window. Done.
That's my favourite lateral question ever. That's fantastic. That's genius.
We all thought as soon as that question appeared, we know this. We didn't know that.
You did not. It's so good, isn't it?
Oh, the hubris, man. Yeah, it'll get you.
The Lateral book is out now. Just click on the link to get your copy.